Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Rochelle Gordon with Corporate to Cup, a Bliss Tea and Treats podcast. So I'm back today to share some really interesting information with you that I don't think I've spent enough time talking about, which is the micro enterprise home kitchen operation. So some of you may have heard me talk about Miko, and I'm so thankful that this program is available. In California, it's available in San Diego County. It's also available in other counties. So from what I've learned so far, there's several Mikos down in San Diego. I think there's probably maybe a total of like 70 or so in San Diego County. I really do need to get a better count, but based on a conversation that I had with my inspector, that was the number that he threw out there. We probably don't see a lot of the Mikos up here in North County because it's still a new concept. So it was a test program 2 years ago. In January of 2024, the county of San Diego approved it. So the Board of Supervisors voted that they would have Miko be a permanent process in San Diego County. So we're really fortunate that is the case, because now it creates an inroads for individuals who want to have a restaurant but want to run it from their home. So there's certain parameters, and I wanted to share some of those with you today. I probably won't cover everything, but based on my understanding, I want to share with you all. So why is Miko important? Well, I think it's important because I think it's the future. Having owned a tea room in a commercial space, I've had a 5-year lease, and the first year of that lease was built out. Invested quite a bit in getting the space built out, quite a bit of time, and then 4 years of being open. And what happens when you do that is you're open, but most of your revenue is going towards rent, right? So you're paying rent, you're paying payroll, other expenses like utilities and inventory and all of that stuff. So at the end of the day, your largest expense is always the rent. For some people, they sign into a 20-year lease. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the rent stays low, right? It still incrementally goes up. It's just that you've made a commitment to be there for that period of time. Now, let's say you're not successful and you have to break that lease. Well, you're legally obligated to pay for that 10-year period. So that's the reason why I did a shorter lease, which was a 5-year lease. With that said, when you do a Miko, you obviously don't have to do the commercial lease, which saves the operator a tremendous amount of money. So when I moved out of my space, I've discussed that with you guys. When I moved out of my space, being able to cancel, the utilities and the cable and the security and all of the things that you have to do in order to maintain the space, that was a really good feeling. So now I get to run my business out of my home. And, it took me a little while to wrap my head around that idea. But now that I've created a separate space within my home, I do feel so much more confident, so much more comfortable with using the space for that purpose. And I do hope that people see the benefits of that. It's a definite new thing. We're all learning. There's some people who have been pretty successful running a Miko, even though it's been in a kind of temporary state. They found that when you create experiences, customers tend to gravitate to that. And as you guys know, Bliss is all about experiences. Our themes, the decorations, the menu changes that we make, and all of it just all works together to create experiences. So I'm really thankful to have the space and to have this permit process called the Miko in order to move forward. So I do think that it is something that will continue to gain traction. It's available in California and in Utah. It's not all of California. So each county has to approve. Each board of supervisor in each county has to approve that they are going to support having the MECO and having procedures for their county. So we're fortunate that we live in a county that has been approved, and there probably will start to be more and more popping up as people tend to learn about this. If you know someone who's interested in going down this path, then let them know that the county has received a grant that allows them to waive the permitting fee. So as of June 1st, the permit fees will be waived, which is a value of about $649, I believe I paid. So to have that waived is a pretty good chunk of money that you can use on other things. So do share that with anyone who might be interested in starting their own MECO. There are some guardrails, though. So there's some rules that the county has put in place. One of them is a maximum amount of money that you can earn per year. So they do monitor that. They want to make sure that, you're not running a multi-million-dollar business out of your home. Staffing, they also want to make sure that you're not staffing more than 40 hours per week. They want you to serve full meals, so there's no a la carte. So one of the things that we have taken off of our menu is the a la carte option. We have replaced something similar, which is Ladies Who Lunch. So it allows you to get a similar type of a la carte scenario, but it is more of a full meal. Additionally, we will have reservations only. In the past, we allowed, individuals to walk in, obviously because of where we were located, because we were in a commercial space. In this scenario, the address will not be available on the website, on Google, on anything. We are going through the process of updating the address in all of our channels. So just be patient with us as we do that. But the address will be provided after you've done your reservation and we've taken your pre-order. So that's a change for us. That some people have been used to the option to walk in, but quite frankly, there probably is not any tea room that really allows that. I think we may have been the only tea room that allowed for walks. So just be patient with us as we kind of work through the shift in our operations and how we do things, but it's not too different than the way we've done things in the past. So Mother's Day month, we are definitely doing pre-orders and requiring everyone to order in advance. And there have been many scenarios where we've done that for parties. So it's not a foreign concept. It's something that we actually do pretty well. So if that is required, just understand why, because we are making sure we're protecting our customers as well as our staff and so forth. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I really wanted to kind of just give you a sense of what a MECO is, why we've gone down this path, why we are potentially a pioneer, trailblazer in this arena, because it's not as common, but I think it will become more common. I think more people will see it as an opportunity. It's new. As I said, it just started January of 2024. So the timing was so unbelievably perfect, because when I found out that my lease was not going to be renewed, this was the perfect transition for us. So I'm so thankful that this option was available and that we were able to quickly move into this direction. So if anyone has any additional questions, feel free to message us. I think the questions that I've been getting the most from you guys is, what is the new address? That will never be posted. You probably will only see private residents. when you make a reservation, we will send you the address. We will also work with you to figure out, what experience you will be coming in for, and get all of that information coordinated individually with you and make sure you have the address and know where you're going. So don't worry about that as much. We will definitely take care of you. We'll be communicating with everyone individually to make sure you get here safely. There's ample parking. You don't have to worry about that. If you need special access for wheelchairs and so forth, totally taken care of there. You don't have to worry about that. So just communicate with us. If you have any other questions, feel free to send us a message. Feel free to call. We are here to make sure that this transition is as smooth as possible. And as we get questions, we'll, just do more podcasts and share more information so you feel educated and understand what's going on.